Hey soul family, it is nighttime and I'm doing tomorrow's reading now because tomorrow is Sunday for our weekly reading and I'm not gonna have time to do everything. We're doing sunglasses because there's a lot of people playing games. There's a lot of people wearing false masks and I'm over it personally. I had some cool things happen actually. After I uploaded the reading, I went with my landlord, went and did messages, and man, bam, 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 bam. Spirit just threw messages at me. Threw them. They were crazy messages. That you know, very clear, very clear. We went to, first we stopped to, he wanted to show me where the tortoise was. That tortoise that we found, that he found wandering through Canyon Lake, 100-year-old tortoise. I said, you know, did you make sure it got home safely? And he said, well, no. Anyway, so we went back. And we found the tortoise. He was taken in safely. He was owned by a Jewish family. And they called him Buster, like a dog. Remember there, who's your doggy? Yeah. And as we were leaving, there was this suitcase on the side of the road. And it was really cool looking, like vintage, you know? And it was funny because one of my friends, I made a comment today, I can't remember what it was, but she said, here, check out what you're gonna choose from. These glasses. These ones are turquoise and brown, actually, turquoise and tortoise, right? These ones are black, and they have silver on the sides. More feminine glasses, right? These ones. And then there's these glasses. What do they say on them? Filter, yeah. Filtrate. This one's a master magician. Then there's these ones, the aviator glasses, brown. They got the stripes. Interesting. So, if you want to do Zodiac, I'm just gonna call it out. Fire, earth, water, air. Fire, earth, water, air. Fire, earth, water, air. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so the message that they gave me was, I was talking about a video that I posted and it was really sad. It was a video of showing the water, the ocean, and I don't know where it was, and it was in some country that, and all it was just a sea of refuse. It was the most horrific scene. And I said, that's so incredibly sad to me. And the person said that somebody threw away a perfectly good, here it is, check it out, look at that. I mean, if that doesn't just break your freaking heart, look at that. That's the ocean. Where the fuck is this? I mean, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. 3 days of work, 30 tons of plastic were removed from the ocean and landfills. Look at that. What the fuck is wrong with people? So she writes down, I said, this is just absolutely heartbreaking. And she said there was a perfectly good nightstand that somebody just threw away. You know, it could have been taken to the Goodwill. And I said, you know what? I have no issue with dumpster diving at all. I used to run and own antique and collectible stores, right? And I gotta tell you, I have found absolute treasures that someone else thought was their trash and they threw them away. And I'm talking like, I know what's worth, I know what has value. I'm good at it, what I do. Obviously they had no clue. They threw away something of incredible value, right? So that came up. Just think about that as far as people, as far as anything. So I just finished getting this message and we see this vintage suitcase. And I said, that's really cool. And it said free. And I just said, oh, that's cool looking. And my landlord goes, take it. And I said, what? And he goes, that's a sign for you. Go get it. And I thought, and it's interesting because I listen to him, you know. I listen to anybody when they say stuff like that. So I pick it up, and it's quite, I said, God, it's heavy. Hold on, let me see what's inside. And I open it up, and there was all of these garment bags and other suitcases, and I thought, this is really weird. I wonder, I must be moving, or somebody's moving, or I didn't know why. So I pick it up, we bring it home, and I said to him, I want to air them out. I don't want to, you know, I don't mind recycling old things, and I have, you know, hell, I've got a lot of antiques, and this is definitely old. It was like, it wasn't, you know, the suitcases nowadays, you have rollers, right? This doesn't, you got to lift them. But I thought to myself, you know what, if I had to move, I don't have boxes, right? There's all these garment bags. I like the idea of putting the clothes in the garment bags. Anyway, so I go to open them up, and it smells really bad. Do you know how people put mothballs in things? Like, why do people do that? Mothballs, I mean, why not cedar chips? Cedar chips smell good, you know? Mothballs are vile. So now you got to get rid of the smell. So you know it had to be a grandma that owned these suitcases. I figured it was a grandparent, right? So I start going through, and I said, I need to clean these, and he says, do you have any, what is it called, Febreze? Now remember the other day when I said, if something stinks, don't try and cover it up. If something is festering, don't put a Band-Aid on it. Remember the mildew fairy? Don't try and cover something up if it stinks. And I said, I've got disinfectant spray. And I was getting all of these messages, and I knocked the lid off accidentally, and I thought, shit. I knocked the lid off of the cover-up, is what I did. Now, I released today's reading, like yesterday's reading. I didn't release the rest of the things that I found, because I thought, you know what? I don't need to be freaking Inspector Clouseau. If people want to be deceitful and wear filters constantly and mask who they truly are, and I don't have to be your, you know, I don't want to be your fucking Jiminy Cricket, right? So I didn't say the rest of everything that I discovered. But when I went to open up the suitcase to clean them out, you know, I was washing them out, I decided I was going to get a total cleanser. You know, the super purple power is what it's called, which is awesome because, right, purple is spiritual. Super purple power. So I pour this in, and I get the hose, and I'm like scrubbing these suitcases out, you know, hosing them down and everything in the garment bags. And I go, and as I'm doing this, I figure I'll lay them out in the sun because the sun kills bacteria. Now think about this, you guys. Purple is spiritual superpower, right? Nothing stronger than spirit. The sun, the divine masculine, kills bacteria. I don't know if you know that. If you have an old mattress or whatever that you want to get, you know, something, the cat pees on it or whatever, you clean it, you put it out in the sun, and it will kill the bacteria. So the divine masculine can kill bacteria. Now, if you're connecting to your divine masculine, your forward movement, you're actually stepping into the light and doing what you're meant to do, you will kill the bacteria that tries to attach to you, right? So I'm opening up these suitcases, doing all this, and I find a note, a letter. And it literally showed me the whole scene of what I've been watching in my dreams, and the people and what they're doing, and the drugs, and the dirty military, and the dirty cop family, and names, everything. Everybody's names, mother's name, the guy's name that I'm connected to, his uncle's name, everybody's name. And I'm just like, wow, this is nuts. I'm showing my landlord. He's just like, oh my God, it's all connected. Everything's connected. He goes, if I'm not standing here in front of you watching this, I wouldn't believe you. And I said, do you think I should go to the police? And he goes, and I said, no, he said, do you think you should go to the police? And I said, they'd think I was crazy. They would think I was crazy, you know? And I started thinking about a person who has been able to see things ahead of time, and they tell their family and that these things are about to happen, or this is going to go on, and they think they're crazy, right? And I did this, right? I told somebody this is going to happen, and they thought I was crazy. Of course, it all did. And I told you guys that the stuff that I've been watching, I thought it had happened, right? Well, the Great Wave has not come. It's coming right now. And a lot of the things that I've watched, the house, they were going to burn down, and, you know, the money that was in the safety deposit box, and the key, and don't take the money, and it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. So it's out there. If you want to pay attention to what's about to happen, they're gonna try and kill two birds with one stone. They put the poison or whatever it is in the person's smoothie, in their, you know, powdered drink. I've said this for the longest time. They're slowly poisoning somebody, the grandmother and somebody else. I don't know who it is. There's two birds with one stone they want to kill. And the house gets burned down, and does the house literally burn? I watched them bring all these antiques into the middle of the house and set it on fire, and then made it look like it was an accident, right? Arson. Then I saw, as I was talking about how I collected antiques and collectibles, I said something, my landlord said something about the house, and I said about the heat, and he goes, yeah, it's like something about burning down the barn. And I said, yeah, they would put it all inside and they were going to burn it down for the insurance money, right? I don't care what you do, I'm over all of you. You guys make me sick. But what really stopped me was, I opened up the suitcase. Here's the letter, you know, the letter, the bag that was about hemp and the drugs and the phone number. Everything was done by fax, so there wasn't a paper trail, right? Phone numbers, names. And I went to have a nap after. I was stressed out. Like, I was stressed out. I didn't know what to do. I was worried about the person, and I thought, you know what? I've been worried about a person before, right? And I thought, I'm probably watching a freaking movie. But because it's just too fantastic to be real. But it boils down to these two brothers, and the grandmother's leaving money to two boys equally. Two brothers. And one wants control of the company. And so he makes the other brother look incompetent or insane or whatever, so that he can take control of the company. And the grandmother's on her deathbed, she's dying. They're probably going to bump her off a little sooner. And there's this fight. Remember the one who owned the company rightfully had it taken away from him because his brother was going to steal it from him? Well, I open up these, I wonder if I should actually say the names. Oh, I gotta be careful, I'm rubbing the names off. All I can tell you is, inside the suitcase I find these two little bags with two pearls in each bag. They're real pearls. And the names of the two people. One of them, the person I know very well. And it's interesting because I speak about my dreams, you know, I'm showing people by different names, right? Well, that one, they gave me their name because I needed to know for sure who I was looking at. And I spoke to you guys about the two people that were riding in the horses in the field, right? And one of them was represented, they called this person by a different last name, but a different name because they gave me the characteristics of this person. One of the persons was my twin soul. One of the persons was the person that, how do I explain this? There were two people back there. One that they called by the person I thought was it was a false twin, I thought. The other one was this very spiritual person, right? So one was the false twin, one was the real. Well, that's the names on these two bags with the two pearls in them. And it all of it goes together, right? I'm just going, I mean, is this all symbolic? And my landlord's freaking out. He's just like, I don't know what you should do. And I said, I don't know. So I posted the reading. I thought, I didn't know if I should let the reading go out, right? I thought, well, maybe this person needs to see what I'm showing them, right? Maybe they don't really understand. And then I went to try and I meditate just because I needed to just relax. And I'm thinking I'm watching a freaking movie, you know, and I'm annoyed. So I wake up and I'm thinking, okay, it's not realistic. This is just a movie I'm watching. Clearly, this can't be real. Except for the fact that I heard the person say I went off script, but it wasn't. Anyway, so I get up and I'm like, okay, it's just symbolic. Don't worry about it, Sherry. Until I walked through the hallway and saw those two little bags with the two sets of pearls in each bag. And remember, you were going to take what was yours. And what was yours belonged to you, and from that you were going to make everything else come. But you were not to take the money. Don't use the key to take that money. Choose love over money. And one's a drug addict, alcoholic. That's all I got to tell you. So I thought, I'm done. I'm done dealing with all of it. I'm sick of it. And that's why I think during the reading it showed the two that loved each other, but they separated. Because that's me, separating. So we're going to watch and we're going to see, and whatever message you guys got from that, I don't know. I just let it run. You're going to choose, and we're going to start right now. So at 15 minutes in, we go to the black shades with the silver highlights. Look at all my... Isn't it amazing that I wear this? I wear all of this. I mean, here's my crystals, but geez, that's a lot that I wear. If I fell into the ocean, it's a good thing I'm a mermaid, because I'd freaking drown. Okay. So we're working with many decks tonight. Many decks. And some of them are reverse. I wanted to work with decks that I could read the pictures, so that I could intuitively get what Spirit's trying to tell me. So the first deck, somehow I feel like it's reversed. Oh, it's not. Okay, this I did not expect. This is interesting. Okay. Come together. So first of all, I'm looking at the giraffes. Giraffes, as an animal totem, are very psychic. Okay? They are able to, their neck is very long, so they're able to see into the future. So it's basically saying these two people both have that gift. These two people coming together have that gift. They're able to see into the future. Okay? The pelican on the top, which is featured at the very top, with the biggest heart and the crown, pelican represents forgiveness. Remember, let go of judgment and forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. And the giant heart with the crown, to me, would symbolize spirit, right? These two have the hearts, but this is the giant heart. And on top of that, basically it's telling, I'm seeing full circle completion. And number 3, I'm seeing the Ascended Masters are assisting you. I'm seeing the number 8, which is you are infinitely supplied, which is what we already got. It's the infinity symbol, which is, think about that, infinity. It's like a marriage ring, right? It goes on and on and on without end. So that would make sense when you're looking at infinity as far as coming together. This is a relationship. I'm blown away. I literally am. I mean, I gotta tell you. With the mood I'm in right now, I'm blown away. So right now what they're talking about is, you notice they're kissing or they're speaking, but they're touching mouths. So it's talking about love needing to be expressed at this time. I mean, we can talk, spirit can talk until they're blue in the face. We have to do something about it, right? I mean, we've had all the messages about don't procrastinate, and clearly we get them almost, we've been getting them daily for weeks, so clearly nobody's doing it. They're not paying attention. So here you're being asked again. I mean, how many months have we been asked to express our feelings? And yet you hide behind your shades pretending to be something else, or hide your feelings. So here again, you're being told you need to express yourself. Love needs to express yourself. And at this time, you're on your way to seeing this happen. Now the trees on the other side, on each side, right? The trees. So to me, it could be family love, family tree, right? It could be romantic love because they're kissing. It's definitely unconditional love, spiritual love, because these two are gifted. And clearly, notice how the giraffes are equal. One is not higher than the other. Both have the same amount of spots, dark and light. Both have psychic antennae, right? This is an equal partnership. Give and take is happening here. This isn't all lopsided and one-sided. This is a give and take. So this is basically telling you love's knocking at your door. And someone is seeking a partner. This is whoever, I mean, these two I chose, didn't I? Interesting. We're the magnet, right? I am the magnet, you're steel. We're drawing this to us. So this is about this relationship that comes in. This is a harmonious relationship. This is a blessed one. This is definitely, this is a divine union. So whether this is a family coming back together, I mean, it's definitely love knocking at your door. And the emphasis, and it's funny because I'm fighting it right now. Can you feel it? Can you feel me fighting this? I am. But it's here, so I'm curious to watch it unfold. Healer, you have the power to heal, help and heal others. So you see this little unicorn baby. It's not been well, and this angel has clearly got healing energy, Reiki. Look at how you can see the healing emanate from this body. So you have, remember I said, who did I speak about? I said about the magician. You have healing hands. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Sometimes all you have to do is touch somebody and you'll heal. A hug will heal. Love heals everything. But right here, we're speaking about the fact that this person has the energy to help other people, but also to help animals. Oh, I gotta tell you guys. So I went and got all the medicine, new medicine again for Liger, and I've been giving him the silver solution, which silver we know purifies water, right? It takes out any of the bacteria. And it's been now a week that he's been on both of those medicines again. And I bought him some kitty crack. I got him some catnip, and he needed green. And I checked all of his scabs, and they're much better. It's okay, baby boy. He's stoned right now on catnip. So holistic means I'm thinking about, right? So it could be this as well. Like some of us are actually natural healers. I am a Reiki master. However, if you were a little kid and you ran down you fell down on your bike and you skinned your knee or you bumped your arm, you go running to your mommy and your mommy kisses it to make it better. Or if you go buy something and you smack your elbow on the door or you stub your foot, what is the first thing you do? You put your hand and you rub it and you're like, oh, because we have healing energy. We all have healing energy. This one has the ability to just, has that healing energy. Remember when I was speaking about somebody earlier, I said they have that energy that is calming, soothing. Old people feel comfortable with them. Young people feel comfortable. Their energy is just healing, right? You've met people like that. So we're right now, Spirit's saying that you are this person. You have this ability to make animals relax and feel better. You know what to do even. It doesn't even have to be just the healing energy. It's like me doing the research, right? And figuring out what are the holistic means, what can I do to help this animal deal with what they're going through, right? So it might be that you have, but you have that ability to help people and help animals. And you're being asked to use your healing abilities to help a certain situation. Remember I said magician. What are you doing about this? What are you doing? I take these messages for myself too, right? What are you doing to heal this situation? Well, I use Reiki, I use my crystals, I pray, I do all the things that Spirit guides us to do. I take all of these messages to heart and I do that. So Spirit's asking you, what are you doing with the energy that you have? You're being asked to trust in that and use it. Maybe you're going to ask Spirit to guide you in which way can I be useful to help other people? Maybe I'm somebody that just has the ability to, I inspire confidence, or I inspire trust, or you know that I always go back to Scarlett O'Hara and Melanie in Gone with the Wind. Melanie has that just gentle, loving, peaceful energy, right? That just makes you feel good. And then you can have Scarlett, right? You would think, wow, there's Scarlett and then there's Melanie, but think about it. She inspires trust. She can take it. She's tough. She's strong. She figures shit out. You want her on your side, right? That's also healing. That's why the two personalities coming together is like such a dynamic duo. Don't ever think that, oh, I don't. Remember, I was upset as a little kid because I thought, oh, I'm never going to get into the kingdom of God because I've got this fiery disposition. And my dad said, Sherry, Peter was Jesus' favorite disciple, and he sliced the ear off of the Roman soldiers when the Roman soldiers tried to hurt his master, right? And that's the one he gave the keys to the kingdom. Now remember the one that had the key around the neck? And I said, don't open up that box, don't take the money. Well, what about it in a positive way? That key could have opened up something really, really positive. Like a locked heart. Right? That person has the key to unlock somebody's heart. How do you do that? What healing do you need to use in order to unlock somebody's heart that's been closed up due to fear? You don't bombard them, you don't yell at them, you don't give them more of what they've experienced, right? Love heals everything. Look at the color. The color is green all around the outside, which green represents love, and it also represents healing, both. So that key around that person's neck in a positive, they're sad. There's nothing written on that note. Remember, there was nothing written on that paper, and that person was blue. And they had that key around their neck. If they would only open up and express themselves, they could have unlocked something that's been closed down. They hold the key. They have the ability. But what did they have to do? They had to express themselves, right? So Spirit is asking you to look into what ways can I heal this situation? What ways can I use healing in my life? Are there classes that I should take? Are there questions that I need to ask or questions that I need to answer? Is there something that I can do to heal myself? What do I need to do to heal myself? Well, my cats, I showed you guys, are all used for showing me what I need, right? And what my spiritual twin needs. But I can't control what happens in that world, and I'm over even thinking about it right now. So I think to myself, what's going on with Lily? What's going on with Liger? Well, Lily doesn't like her food. Lily is pulling her hair out. She's stressed out. So I went and I figured out that she doesn't like anything that's crunchy. She doesn't like chunky anything. She would prefer just to have the mousse. If you open up a can of cat food and it's got the jelly, she would prefer just to have that. So I found this stuff in little pouches, and it's just pure mousse. Well, guess what? She's gobbling it up. So I figured out what she needs. She needs something with moisture as well. Her hair needs to be brushed more regularly. She felt depressed and sad, so she wasn't taking care of herself. She wanted attention. She wasn't taking care of herself. So I have to have that and give that attention to her. Somebody said there's a little kitten that's looking for a home. Sherry, would you be interested? And I said, no, I have 2 very difficult cats right now. They need my attention, right? And if I don't have the time to give them attention, I'm not going to take another on. I don't have the time to give them attention. So what it's talking about is, if you do have somebody in your life that matters to you, give them attention. If you have a pet, you give them attention. Remember I told you both these guys were desperate for my attention. They were driving me nuts. So, I mean, I have to put them out. They can't run my life, but I do look into it. So I want you guys to know I don't ignore my cats, right? Lily she did that in a matter of 3 days, got her stomach all matted because she was feeling neglected and sad and depressed. So it's like, okay, they need one-on-one time. So they got it, right? I figured out what Lily needed. I figured out what Liger needed. I got it. And it, it takes a little while. It took him a while before his skin started getting better. And I mean, I spent hundreds of dollars trying to figure out the food for Lily, but I did it. But I'm not going to take on more and spread myself even thinner. I don't have the time or the energy or the money to do it. So it's like we don't have to save the whole freaking world. We're supposed to focus on what is in our life, what matters to us. So if somebody's not giving you any attention, you don't matter. You don't matter. So you take care of yourself, and you take care of the ones in your life, and love will come to you. Remember, this message said love is going to come towards you. But don't go crawling after somebody who's not giving you anything. and not spending time on you, because you got to take care of your own. Remember, this is about also healer, heal thyself. I get love and affection from my pets. I don't get it from outside, right? My twin is nowhere. So I give myself this love. I heal myself. Healer, heal thyself. So that's what we do. You have abilities, use them. And Spirit can help us. If this is something that you want to look into as far as a career goes, ask Spirit to guide you in the direction that would be best suited for you, for your personality, for what you would be naturally inclined, that you would have an affinity for, right? Maybe if you're somebody that loves animals, maybe an animal communicator, or maybe a veterinary, or whatever. A Reiki master that would work with animals as well. I do that, right? So ask Spirit to guide you. And we're all going to get a little message from Healing with the Angels. They're trying to break down my hard wall right now. Heart song. What is your heart saying? Stop and listen. Your truth lies within the empty spaces between your thoughts. Your truth shines through from within your soul. Your truth is that which is eternal and unchanging. Your truth is love. So when it gets right down to it, what would love say? What would love do? What is your heart saying? No matter what you're annoyed with, no matter what you're tired of, what is your heart telling you? This is what we need to listen to. At 31 minutes and 24 seconds in, we go to the turquoise and tortoise shell glasses. I find this interesting. Oh, P.S. The tortoise, the wise tortoise, the wise one that was going to show up at the door. We thought about this. My landlord said it. He started listening to my readings now, and he's he's telling me, and he goes, "It's you. You're the one who's wandering around inside the gates of Canyon Lake. I've had many, many past lives. These are my glasses. Turquoise is my soul color. These are tortoise shell and turquoise. I chose this. And it's not, and I do have wisdom from my own experience, but it's Spirit's wisdom, right? That wise teacher that was being spoken about is me. I mean, in my sense, whoever it is in your life, you have to say. But it's me. But it's also you, because we are the ones that have our own answers. We are the wise teacher. That's why all the lessons and the messages that we get, we don't put those messages on someone else and say, oh, this is their message. This is what they need to hear. No, this is our message. Just like these cats. Everything wrong with the cats, it's something that I need to do, right? It's something that I need to look out for. It's not about pointing the finger at someone else and saying, oh, yeah, this is their message. Nope, it's yours. So we all have that Merlin within us. We all have that wise teacher. So what do you got to do? Stop juggling those balls, those rainbow balls, and go towards the light and be your own counsel. So basically what it is don't focus on their drama. We don't want their drama. Check their drama at the door. Stay out of that. Do your own thing. Stay on your path and let everybody deal with their own bullshit is basically the message. Surrender to the flow. Absolutely. Absolutely. And check it out. The ladybug means wishes fulfilled. Now, your wish will be fulfilled in divine timing. And you see the current. Remember I said the water was all chopped up? The water was all disturbed, but the wind hadn't gotten to me yet. Well, it got to me later, right? So this is the flow. And right now, Spirit is encouraging us to surrender to the flow. Somebody's not surrendering. The number is 44. The number is 44. Somebody's resisting change and not surrendering. So I thought, okay, am I resisting change and not surrendering? The angels are giving you extra comfort, love, and support right now. Ask them for help with everything and listen to their guidance through your intuition. Because sometimes it isn't what we think, right? So you see this current, because sometimes they tell us to pick up our oar and paddle like hell, but not here. Here they're saying, surrender to the flow. Go with the flow. And the leaf, to me, is harvest. The leaf is, and I'm always being taken to fall. October. I don't know. I just am, and I don't like it, and I don't want it, but I can't argue it, right? Because it keeps coming up. It might be referring to a time period that from before, but I don't know. I'm looking at an autumn leaf here. So, surrender to the flow. Your wishes will be fulfilled, but it will be in divine timing. If you look at the number of spots on the turtle shell. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gateway, the ending. Something has ended. Surrender to it. Surrender to the changes. I'm the one who's fighting the changes. Something has ended. Surrender with the flow. I don't want to deal with drug addicts. I don't want to deal with alcoholics. I don't want to deal with people that are doing illegal shit. It's not my scene. So it's like, stop fighting the current, right? It's over. The number 10 tells you something has ended. And there's a gateway, because when something ends, something else opens, a doorway opens. So the number 10, you're being encouraged to walk through that gateway. Go with the flow. Surrender to what has ended so that you can step into your new beginning. Your wishes will be fulfilled. And you need to hold positive thoughts, because Spirit is working with you. Things are working out for you. And the optimistic feelings and energies and thoughts that we hold affect the situation greatly. So we can choose to steer the course of our life, right? But sometimes we want to control everything. And then we get caught up in, it's kind of like, have you ever seen water going down the drain? Something's going down the drain, right? And you're trying to, you get caught in the whirlpool. So instead of moving forward, so we can choose where we go. We all get free will. Remember, Spirit was hammering at home about what we were meant to do, and yet we all have free will. And you might choose to go in that direction, but that may not be the direction you're meant to go. So there's been a resistance of that. So Spirit's saying right now, you need to loosen the grip. You need to surrender and trust that you're going to find out and find yourself where you're meant to be. And that's hard to do for people that are self-motivators, right? That's difficult. You want to be in control. But if you are surrendering to Spirit, you are awakening to the divine. We can't control everything. We can't be the list makers and everything has to be, maybe you're really big in your field, right? And we have to be really careful about this, because remember, we are not supposed to listen to what our higher self wanted us to do. Like, I wanted to go to Sedona. I wanted to go to Sedona. But I'm the one who gave the message. When you see green, the color green in rain, do not do what your intuition is telling you to do. And I'm the one who pulled the card of the green with the rain. So I can't do it, right? Even though I am very intuitive, and even though I know that's a healing place for me, I live there, it's like going home, there's something else that I needed to surrender to. And so I did. You may be somebody that is very, very intuitive. I know what's going on, blah, 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 right? Well, Spirit says, we don't care what you know. You don't know what you think you know. And that's what I was watching with the names and with all this stuff. I mean, what is it that I'm watching? Am I watching reality? Am I watching a movie? All I know is people are lying to me. So the most important thing is I want to be away from that. So if we're awakening to our true selves, we're acknowledging the red flags. We're acknowledging and paying attention to the guidance that we get from Spirit. That's how we awaken. When we have a challenge brought up, we face it. When we are asked to trust something, we trust it, even though it's difficult for us to trust it. When we're asked to open our hearts, we open our hearts. Right now, what is this little fairy doing? Is she putting those flowers in the vases? See the peacock feather? It's interesting. I'm just looking at my peacock feather and I'm looking at that peacock feather. So something is resurrecting. I'm looking at that little, right here, pothos. See how I've got pothos growing? It just grows out of water, just like that. And the vase with the flower in it. I find that intriguing. And then the shell. I have that exact shell behind Merlin's tank. So trying to figure out, so what am I looking at? She's touching that red, one of the flowers, it's red. It's the only one that's red. And she's touching that one. So awakening your true self. Are you following your passion? Awakening your true self. You're coming to understand who you really are. You're starting to see the gifts that you have. You're recognizing the truth of yourself. You are looking at the way you used to see things and how you see things now. It's different, isn't it? Maybe you tried to toe the line, or you tried to be a certain way to please other people. I know I have, right? You try to fit in, you try to... I didn't try to fit in, but I tried to behave, right? I tried to temper my fiery personality. I tried to please my father. I tried to stick to the rules of the Jehovah's Witness lifestyle, right? And that covered up who I truthfully was, but I'm not that anymore. And so, because by doing that, I was burying myself. But I don't now. Now I have all the expressions of myself out, and if you don't like me, that's fine. You don't have to. But I like me. This is somebody who doesn't shove away and push away people that they are drawn to and stuff the interests that they actually truthfully have because their family or their friends or their work doesn't agree with it, right? We're not going to try and fit into another person's lifestyle. No, because we're awake. Remember in the reading earlier, yesterday, the one that I did, and it was talking about you know who you are now. You can't go back to sleep now that you've seen it. You've tasted a different life because your old self is actually emerging. Think about this. It is your old self. It's your true self. It's the self that you came. You're back to who you were. So maybe for a while maybe you used to be something and then you gave it up for what? To fit in, for a job, to be accepted, for a marriage, for a relationship. But you've hucked that. You're like, fuck that. I'm back to who I was. This is me, right? Right now, as your authentic true self is coming forward and you are displaying all of who you are, this is just the beginning. There are huge changes still coming. And they're going to happen very quickly. This eclipse energy coming in is big. There's a lot of change that's happening right now. So Spirit says, you just watch. Because the true you is actually emerging. And all your inauthentic stuff and the stuff that you tried to do, that's by the wayside. That's out. Anything in your life that was false, it's gone. Remember the messages that we get from the Oracle in Shadows and Light about what was it? Release your power, and how you allowed your suit or your dress or your clothes to be tarnished by outside influences or negative or toxic energy, and we couldn't even see our own worth beneath. But then as soon as we remembered who we were and stepped into our own personal power and cleared our shields and protected our shields and recognized our worth and stood in our power and spoke our truth and said, this is who I am, right? This is what I've chosen. You can choose whatever you want, but this is who I am. As soon as we did that, remember how inauthentic relationships and friendships would fall away from our lives? Because they wouldn't want to be around us. They wouldn't, because no longer were we going to just feed their ego and play their game, right? So that's what's going on right now. All the inauthentic stuff, the false stuff, it's falling away. And when that happens, we are now, this is the falling tower where, at first you're thinking, oh my God, my friends are leaving, or my job I've just lost, or blah, blah, blah. But this is after you step in and you embrace your rebel self. Remember, Spirit said, be a rebel for a while? All of those castles that you had built, just like the song says, I found that my castles were built on sand. I found that my castles were built on sand. Isn't that Coldplay? I found my castles were built, I'm typing with one finger, sorry, on sand. Lyric, Coldplay. I'll just put Coldplay. I'm certain it's Coldplay. Viva la Viva. Live your life. I used to rule the world. Seas would rise when I gave the word. Remember the person who has to come off their tall horse, knock off that tall hat, that top hat? I said, remember, you might be somebody really big in the business world, right? But sometimes you need to listen to somebody who isn't big in the business world. And older people, sometimes you have to listen to a younger one. And younger people who think you've got it all that in a bag of chips, sometimes you need to shut up and listen to somebody that has a little bit of wisdom. Right? So I used to rule the world. Seas would rise when I gave the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone, sweeping the streets I used to own. I used to roll the dice, feel the fear in my enemy's eyes, listen as the crowd would sing. Now the old king is dead, long live the king. 1 minute I held the key. Huh, that's interesting. 1 minute I held the key. Is that you? 1 minute I held the key. Next, the walls were closed on me, and I discovered that my castles stand on pillars of salt and pillars of sand. And remember that pillar that one was leaning up against? Yeah. I hear Jerusalem bells a-ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and my shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, once you go there was never an honest word. And that was when I ruled the world. Yeah, he ruled that world, the lies. It was the wicked and the wild wind blew down the doors to let me in, shattered windows and the sound of drums. People couldn't believe what I'd become. Revolutionaries wait for my head on a silver plate, just a puppet on a lonely string. Who would ever want to be king? I hear Jerusalem bells a-ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword, my shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain. I know St. Peter won't call my name. Never an honest word. But that was when I ruled the world. I hear Jerusalem bells ringing. Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries, a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter won't call my name. Never an honest word. But that was when I ruled the world. That was when you were being your inauthentic self, when you were hiding behind your lies and your false masks. But now, you move away from that because that castle that you built, it was meant to fall. It was built on lies. It was built on sand. You were not being your authentic true self. And now you step out. You used to hold that key. Throw that key away. Throw it out the window. You have one egg and that's all you need. Don't take the money. Because what's most important is that you are your true authentic self. Miracle. Our wings of light surround you and those you love. This current situation is governed by a higher force. The forces of love are at work. All will turn out well. Now this, okay, I'm getting emotional for this. This is absolutely showing you Spirit's love. This is, you want to talk about forgiveness and divine intervention stepping in to help. Ones who have lied and manipulated and cheated and stolen. Stealed, that's interesting, stealed. There's a message in that, hold on. They've changed their life. When they used to rule the world, it was lies and manipulation, right? They tried to fit in, they tried to be what everybody else wanted them to be. But when they decided to be their own authentic true self, I knew it. I'm going to show you something. Stealed. The reason I said the word stealed. I stealed myself. Have you ever heard of that? I stealed myself. It means to prepare yourself. To do something that you know is going to be unpleasant or upsetting. I stealed myself before I told her. I had to steel myself before I told her about the accident. He steeled himself for a fight. To steel yourself is serving as a witness. She had been expecting changes and had steeled herself not to resent them. I steeled myself. I reached way in, and I unlocked the door with that key. He stood straight and still, breathing hard, as if he were steeling himself to do something. And now he must steel himself to face a future without both his parents. She steeled herself to look at the body again. I steel myself to look them in the eyes. And when you do that, Spirit steps in with a miracle. The forces of love are at work. All will turn out well. So many people aren't trusting this, right? At 50 minutes in, we go to the magician's glasses. I've had these glasses for 4 years. They were left at my house. These are the ones. This is the one who's wearing a filter. This is the one that needed the filter. This says filtrate. Remember? This Merlin, this dragonfish needed his chakras cleared and balanced. He needed carbon filter to purify his toxic water. That's who these glasses belong to. Let's see if this is upright. Ha! It's in reverse. By the book. Oh, I love the fact that it's in reverse. So here you see Ganesh and his buddies. Well, we all know Ganesh, right? Ganesh is the obstacle remover. And you see them cruising across the desert. That desert sand, remember that desert sand that had the wish that was being ignored? The genie bottle that the magician was ignoring, that was lying there in the sand? And yet at the same time, if you look at the ground closely, you see the patchwork? It's almost like a chessboard, right? Moving around, maneuvering, right? It also, if you've ever gone in an airplane and you look down on the ground below you, the ground, how they're all, the parcels of land, they're like that. They look like that, squares. So if you're looking at it right now in the upright, everyone's going head to toe, right? They're all in line, in formation. I'm looking at the face on, his eyes are asleep. Let's see, are they both asleep, or is one open? Looks like one eye is closed and the other one is barely open. That's interesting. I also, remember I was saying the magician, when he was juggling those rainbow balls, he was acting like a court jester, right? Not the magician that he was. Sorry, I had to take a drink of my cranberry water because I'm so thirsty. And I only bring that out because we got the card in reverse. I wouldn't have zeroed in on that. I'm just being drawn to that because Spirit's showing me. This one has got a giant heart, and so does this one. And there's a little heart inside of it. So they're carrying love. And this one has got that court jester. I find that intriguing. So the number 11, very high spiritual number, it means your thoughts are materializing rapidly. So stay positive because you want to ensure positive outcome, right? And only by focusing on the good within yourself as well as others and the situation is this going to happen. So here they are going across this, whatever this is, whether it's fields or whether it's the desert, it's dry. There's not any green in sight. So this is about conforming, right? This is about following, towing the line is kind of what towing the line. Toe the line. Isn't there a song called Toe the Line? An old one? Toe the Line. Isn't it like by Toto or something? Who's it by? Hold the Line by Toto. Hold the line. Love isn't always on time. This has to come up for some reason. It's not in the way you hold me. It's not in the way you say you care. It's not in the way you've been treating my friends. It's not in the way you stayed till the end. It's not in the way you look or the things that you say or that you'll do. Hold the line. Love isn't always on time. Hold the line. It's not in the way you told me, girl. It's not in the way you say you're mine. It's not the way you came back to me. Not in the way your love set me free. It's not in the way you look at the things or the things that you say you'll do. Hold the line. Love isn't always on time. It's not in the words that you told me. It's not the way you say you're mine. It's not the way you came back to me. It's not the way your love set me free. It's not the way you look at the things that you say or that you'll do. Hold the line. Love isn't always on time. Interesting. Considering we were shown that love's coming back, right? And we have to hold a positive thought. Hold the line. I'm also thinking about the fact that, remember that in our reading, it'll be yesterday's reading by the time you guys listen to this, I made a comment about the one crystal that stood alone. It was the fluorite, actually, at the time. And then I spoke about it again. And he said, I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost that you can't see. So he needed to come back so he could be seen. And I didn't understand. I said, you want me to set you free? But this, it's not in the words you told me, girl. It's not in the way you say you're mine. It's not in the way you came back to me. It's not in the way that your love set me free. So your love is what set him free. Loving him, because he was in a prison of his own making. So that was nice for me to find out, and maybe you guys needed to hear that too, because you might have, because sometimes people, obviously people are zeroing in on different things that are said. So hold the line. They're basically saying don't run, don't leave, right? So right here you're being told to toe the line, but you got it in reverse. You got it in reverse. Now, what have we said? Now, this is the one. I know who these glasses belong to. And you're being told this. But what did Spirit tell us in our weekly reading last week? And what came out again in our reading, was it today or yesterday, the day before? To be the rebel. Right? And look at that one. These are the ones that are asking us to conform. Right? Remember, sometimes you have to break the law. You have to break the law to be a rebel. Sometimes breaking the law, what is it? How did it go? Sometimes you have to, I can't remember how it was, but it was going against what they're telling you to do. And so in reverse, that's exactly what's being told to us again. This is a change. This is about revolt. Being incited to revolt. This is about challenging authentic structures, because they're limiting authentic progress. And this is not a small revolution here. That is, but this isn't. You're supposed to go big. This is like, they're calling for a revolution. Remember the Eiffel Towers? I kept getting the Eiffel Tower. We are not going to be, they're not going to put a gag upon this monument. Right? We're not. Trials by fire, that's not the way for me. Trials by fire, that's not the way for me. I won't be silenced. I'm not going to be what you want me to be. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I won't do it all, but I am going to do it again. Because this song is like one of my all-time favorites. And I've been getting this for the last 4 years consistently. Because they've been showing me the Eiffel Tower. I mean, look. I've got it everywhere. You know, it's everywhere. It drives me nuts. I know that the French person is involved in this piece of shit person. Hear the sound of falling rain coming down like an Armageddon flame. The shame, the ones who died without a name. Hear the dogs howling out of key to a hymn called Faith and Misery. And bleed. The company lost the war today. I don't want anything to do with that company. I beg to dream and differ from the hollow lies. This is the dawning of the rest of our lives. On holiday. Hear the drum pounding out of time. Another protester has crossed the line. To find that the money is on the other side. Can I get another amen? There's a flag wrapped around a score of men, a gag, a plastic bag on a monument. Well, I beg to dream and differ from the hollow lies. And this is the dawning of the rest of our lives on holiday. And the part that I love the most The representative from California has the floor. Zeg hail to the President Gasman. Bombs away as your punishment. Pulverize the Eiffel Towers who criticize your government. Bang bang goes the broken glass. Kill all the fags that don't agree. Trials by setting fire. Setting fire, it's not the way that's meant for me. Because we are outlaws. I beg to dream and differ from the hollow lies. This is the dawning of the rest of our lives. I beg to dream and differ from the hollow lies. This is the dawning of the rest of our lives. This is our lives on a holiday. Spirit is literally, that's what they want to do. You're gay, you're out. You're out. You're not allowed in our religion. You can't be with that person. They're not of our faith. You can't be doing this, that, or the other. These are people that are trying to control you, trying to make you conform, toe the line across that dry, dusty desert. Mom's spaghetti. Mom's spaghetti. M&M's. Song. What the hell is the name of the song? That's not the name of it. Lose Yourself. Again. This is where we're at. This is literally where we're at. And this is why Spirit's coming down so hard. There's going to be a falling tower because it's going to happen. Divine intervention's going to happen. We're really just hoping people are going to step up and do what they're meant to do before that happens. Look, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, one moment, would you capture it or would you just let it slip? His palms are sweaty, his knees are weak, his arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs, but he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. Where is it? I keep seeing it. He keeps forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud he opens his mouth, but the words, they won't come out. He's choking. Everybody's joking now. The clock's run out. Remember, Spirit said, time's up. It's over. Snap back to reality. There goes gravity. There he goes, rabbit. He choked. He's so mad, but he won't give it up that easy. No, he won't. He knows. His whole black city's ropes. It doesn't matter. Check this out. He's broke. He's stacked. He knows when he goes back to this mobile home, that's when he's back to the lab again, doing the drugs, right? And where is that? And then so it goes on and on and on. The long, dusty road. And then there's the other song about, Mom, I don't want to dry up in this desert. I don't want to dry up in this desert. It's time to rebel. It's time to go against conformity. It's time to focus on what it is that you want to achieve. Whether Spirit thinks this Spirit thinks this is okay. This one is not allowed, right? You're not allowed. You are too far outside of the box. Look at this. Makes me think, I swear to God, it's like the song. I watched the song in my dreams. Before the song was even released on the radio, I watched the video. That's what's so, well, I guess it's really not so amazing because I've watched so many things before they happened. But the song by Avicii, Wake Me Up, Wake Up, right? Wake Me Up. They were out in the field riding. They didn't belong. She woke up the little girl and she goes, let's get out of here. We're going where we belong. Because why? They said, these people don't like us. And when you watch the video, this is what the person was walking by. They were like a freaking zombie. Conditioned. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have 2 hands. I hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize, so wake me up. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't even know I was lost. You're finding yourself. You're rebelling. You're going to step out. You're going to be who you truthfully are, whether other people reject it or not. You're not mainstream. It might be time for you. Now's the not might. It is. It's time for you to say to your group of people or friends or job, this isn't my way. I'm going to make a stand. I'm going to take a stand. It's going to be me. Your whole world, It's starting from the inside. So you're not able to control this. It's happening. It's alerting you. Hello. Wake up. It's time for a complete overhaul. You're lying to yourself as well as everyone else. Time for transformation. Let go of the fear. It's time to change. Your intuition is going to lead you. And you can't turn back. Remember, the choice that you make, there is no turning back from the choice that you make. It's over. It's the end. You're going to get epiphanies that are going to be coming. I mean, I'm getting them like crazy. You're going to be getting them too. If you listen to the light. Because the light is on. They turn the light on. There's no more darkness. And you need to trust it and you need to follow it. You will be led to miracles. Spirit's already shown you, right? Blessed change. A major change. Major life change brings you great blessings. Look at this. Totally upside down. It's like you've been caught in a rip current. But look. Look. She's laughing. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. I'm a mermaid. I'm cool. This change that you're going through, it may not feel good to you right now. You're like, yeah, easy for you to laugh about it. Right? But it's only happening because it's in your highest good. It might feel like everything is upside down right now, but it's fantastic. And maybe it hasn't even hit yet, but it's gonna. It's gonna. Everything that is occurring, like I said, I'm just throwing my hands up. I'm surrendering because it's like, fuck. You know, I'm tired of trying to figure out your shit. I'm not going to beat this down. I'm just going to give Spirit's message, and I'm listening to it, right? I'm listening to it. So, right now, Spirit's telling you, your old situation is complete. It's spiritually complete. And right now, they're asking you to try and stay balanced. Stay in the center. Come to the center. Don't go freaking out one way, and don't go pie in the sky the other way. Bring it back to the center where you're balanced. Everything's occurring the way it's meant to. You are at a completion. Right now, there's positive change coming into your life. It's always for the best. Good idea to call upon help with these changes. But this is about fresh new opportunities. Opportunities that are going to help you grow. New relationships. That's the key. The key? That's the key. Breathing. Surrendering. Even if what the changes are looking like at now, that you're looking at in front of you, look intimidating, you know what? Veronica, she's another reader. She's hysterical. She posted something, and I shared the words. It's just words. I loved it. She said, it's about power. They only have it if you give them yours. They're only a person. They're not the motherfucking Messiah. You'd better be amazed at how effective no contact can be for your personal growth. Stay bitchy, stay healthy. I freaking love it. I'm going to say it again. On power, because you're afraid of the ones that have been intimidating you. They only have it if you give them yours. So just don't. They're only a person. They're not the motherfucking Messiah. They're not God. You'd be amazed at how effective no contact can be for your personal growth. Stay bitchy, stay healthy. Remember the last? It's time to learn how to say no. No thanks, motherfucker. No thanks. And you know what? That word, motherfucker, is specifically speaking about somebody. You're saying no to that person, and you know who that is. I don't normally say that word. That's why that came out. Because I don't use that phrase. That's not my language. But it made me laugh right then. So, that's your key. That's your key. The key is being able to say no. I'm done. Peace out. I'm out. Boundaries. So take that key that's been hanging around your neck and you've been so depressed and use it. Archangel Sandalphon, I have heard your call for help. Your prayer will be answered soon. Trust that. Trust that. At 1 hour and 9 minutes in, we go to the aviator glasses. Now I like the aviator glasses. I dig on these glasses actually. They always slide down my nose, but I freaking love them. I see the Red Baron. See that life's tough. Wear a helmet. See the leather helmet? And that angry tiger above the sitting on your ass, that angry tiger that's on your ass, and you look a little frightened? No. No. You're the aviator. You know how to fly. You're not frightened. You're only frightened if you give them your power. 3 of water. Okay, this is the second time in 2 days we get this, and I'm going to read it 2 different ways. There's been a third-party situation that has been interfering in your life. It's time to cut the other one loose, because it's time for celebration. It's time to have some fun. This is the need to have more fun. Dolphins love to play in the water. Dolphins, every time you see a dolphin, it's a reminder to play more. Play in the water. It's fun, fun, fun. Celebration time, a wedding, a graduation, a birth announcement. And when I get a birth announcement, it could be a birth of a new project, right? Whatever it is, it's about fun. We're not focusing on the third party situation, because at this point, if you haven't gotten rid of that third party, you don't deserve to have any fun. You don't. So when you see the 3 of Cups, oftentimes in tarot, they want to say that it has to do with a third party situation, but Spirit just said good things are coming, right? So for me, that's not what it means. This means reunions. This means fun. This means celebration time. This means happiness. That's what we're focusing on here. You've been working way too hard, and Spirit says you got to learn how to relax, right? Throw a party. Go on vacation. Yes. Go on vacation. Entertain. This is wrapping things up in a positive way. This is happy conclusions. I'm focusing on the happy and the fun and the fact that third party has got to go. Because if there's a third party that's still connected in my life, I'm the one who's going on vacation from that situation permanently. This is about moving forward in a positive way, having fun. This is a soul color, my soul color, turquoise. I said I want my turquoise back. This is blue for truth. The light shining down on this giant cup right here. And then the 2 right behind it, but that main one is the one that I'm focused on. There's 2 dolphins right here. There's one over here that's a friend, but these 2 are the ones, right? That's the Ace of Cups. That's somebody coming forward with one offer. The Ace of Cups. That's focused on this. So this is about enjoying, needing to have fun, relaxing, letting go of the drama. Like I said, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not going to be your private detective and deal with your bullshit. If you don't want to do it, peace out. I'm moving on to the fun. All right, I want truth. I want to connect to my soul family, my soul color. I want the light. It's time for a vacation, damn straight. And I'm thinking, where should I go? Maybe I should go take Randall up on his offer. Clearly, I'm not allowed to go to Sedona. Well, maybe this will let us know. Spend some time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. I know, I'm thinking about that, packing up the car. I got a week. I can stay there for free, right in the trees, for a week. So what is it that you are trying to figure out? If we get close to nature, we're close to spirit. I need to get into nature and away from the city. And when you connect to water, water is the greatest conductor of energy. Oh my God, I'm just seeing the cutest pictures of my friend Randall. I was just going to show you. I was going to show you the place that he's talking to me about. He's got twin sons. Interesting. I wanted to show you. There we go. The name of this place where he's at. This will give you an idea maybe of the type of place that you might want to go to. It's in Bonnie Doon, which is up above Boulder Creek, where I was, up above by Santa Cruz. So it's called Casa Ishel, to be well. This is the... So they have drumming circles. There's the drum in the center. Oops, I'll zoom it in. Drumming circle. They've got fires, barbecue all set up. Look at the trees all around. Isn't that beautiful? That's the house. Main house. Beautiful, hey? And there's their pool. And wow, it's so clean. I like that. Look at that. So this is where I would be able to park my car and camp for a week for free. Hell, I think I'm going there. Wouldn't you want to go to a place like that to help you meditate and think about what you want to do, what you want to bring about in your life? Because Spirit's encouraging us. First of all, they're telling us we need to not work so much, right? We need to have some fun. And now they're telling us that we need to get into meditation to figure out what it is that we're trying to bring into existence. And spending time in nature is the best way to do that. Connecting to water, as it's the greatest conductor as energy, that's us connecting to spirit. So I always like water to be around. Now they have a pool, but there's waterfalls everywhere and rivers all around there too, in the trees. So it doesn't mean that you have to go away for a week, right? It can be just, I mean, tomorrow's Sunday. I don't know where I'm going to go tomorrow. Probably, I don't know where I'm going to go. I want to go somewhere cooler. My landlord said I should go back to the beer and wine garden in the afternoon to go dancing. I'm like, I'm thinking nature. But right now, Spirit's saying we don't need anybody else's permission for us to be able to do this. Right? This is what we need for our highest self. So it's about planning this. If it doesn't have to be for a long time, maybe just a weekend, maybe just a day, but Spirit's encouraging this to happen. And they want you to just kind of do that. Like when I was there, up in Boulder Creek, I just went out into nature, into the trees, and I just kind of walked around, and it felt so good. It was just so beautiful being in the trees. I mean, I don't have that here, you know? And that's what we're supposed to do. We're just supposed to allow ourselves to just go and not have an agenda. Not even trying to figure things out. She's meditating upon what she desires. I didn't do that. I just walked. I just walked through the forest and I let Spirit bring my messages to me. I'm going to show you. And I got to tell you, the messages come fast and furious. I was going to show you, but I don't have time to bring it up right now. I was going to show you where I went when I was walking around, and I mean the videos I've shared with a lot of you guys. But you'll find yourself, you know, when my landlord, he says, I'm going to go to the store where the cherries are. Do you want to go? And I said, yeah. I was kind of stressing out about all this, you know, the reading and everything I'd found, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to take a break, you know, from it all. And I knew that just going with him, I was going to hear what I needed to hear, and oh my God, did I ever. So you don't have to literally sit down with pen and paper and try and figure stuff out. You just need to get into nature and get your mind off of everything, actually. And then the things that you have been, you'll find yourself relaxing, and when you're able to relax, you're able to hear yourself better, and you're able to hear higher self better. And then all of a sudden you will find your ideas start popping into your head. So bring a pad of paper and pencil, or I use my phone, I just record it in my messages, right? Pay attention to when you're out there, what does your mind focus on? Where do your thoughts go, right? Because you'll find the direction that you're meant to go and what you're meant to do. Your mind will naturally go there. Ask Spirit to help you while you're out there, to connect. And the most amazing thing is, when you're out in nature, that's why I always choose nature. And check this out, I just changed my banner picture again. Home. I'm going home. This, the cheetah, if you remember speaking about the cheetah today, into nature, where I can think, right? Because when I get out into nature, my energy clears of all the toxins. that are around here, all the difficulties, all the electromagnetic stuff, all the false lights, everything. I slept in my car. When it got dark, I went to sleep. When it was light, I woke up, right? There wasn't any false lighting. There wasn't any computers. There wasn't anything. I didn't even have any service up there. And you ask Spirit while you're there to help clear your body and your whole auric field of any toxic energy that you have absorbed, or any arrows or, you know, attachments that anybody else has put against you. I felt so freaking fantastic when I was up in the forest. Mostly, the most amazing place, it wasn't actually in Boulder Creek. That's not where I felt my best. I felt my best when I was on my quest to the giant sequoias. It was amazing. I slept in my car there too. It was incredible. I mean, the messages and the videos and the readings that I did when I was up there were just insane. I mean, if you guys took part in watching the quest that I was on, look at this burned out tree. It had 3 openings and the water was rushing through it. I mean, I can't tell you the energy. And then look at the rock formations. I mean, you want to talk about getting connected to Spirit and to my highest self? Look at that. That's natural art. Just incredible. Incredible. And this was the boring side. This was the boring side. And then they started coming out. My blue jays, the deer. I mean, your energy starts to click, and you just, this is where I lived. A controlled burn. Remember, I freaked out because I thought something horrible had happened to my twin, and I realized it was a controlled burn. It happened on purpose, but I didn't know that. The person yelled at me, and I didn't know that. You know, how do you know? Nobody tells you what's going on. I want my freaking turquoise back. See my ring? I went through my whole house and I couldn't find it. So when we get into nature like this, we connect to our highest self. We connect to Spirit. The messages that we get are just amazing. And the energy that we feel, nothing. And then this is when I met the baby bears. Baby bears. And the waterfalls. I mean, insane. I need to go there. That's what we need. That's what you need. That's where you're going to be able to really connect to Spirit. And you want to talk about feeling refreshed and feeling good. That's where you want to be. Last message. Archangel Michael, the path is now clear. I have removed all obstacles in your way. You can move forward now with ease and confidence. You will achieve what your heart desires. If that's not the most awesome message to wrap up, are you freaking kidding me? The path is now clear. I have removed all obstacles in your way. You can move forward now with ease and confidence. You will achieve what your heart desires. Yeah. At 1 hour and 23 minutes in, we are at a wrap. So you guys will get this tomorrow morning for your daily reading before I head off to do our weekly reading. Love you guys. Sweet dreams to me, and I hope you guys sleep well tonight as well.